In this video, I'm going to show you the best and most efficient overclocks for mining Alephium on every 30 series GPU. This is my test rig. On it, I have one of every 30 series card, a couple RTX workstation cards, and it's been mining Alephium, doing some benchmarking, and here's the results that I was able to achieve right on your screen there. It includes the gigahash per second and the power that the GPUs were using so I could chase efficiency, which is what I'm interested in doing as a residential miner. As well, the strategy for this mining algorithm that uses Blake 3 is going to be locking the core clock, having a core offset, and a memory lock. And I'll show you how to do that in this video so you can benchmark your specific GPUs, because even my 3070 on this rig is going to be quite different than your 3070 based on the silicon lottery of the GPU. So this, what I give to you, is a really great starting place for you to kick off from, but continue to tune your graphics cards so you can find the best results that work for your situation and your specific graphics card. Let's take a look at this rig over in Hive OS. Here you can see some of the great things about this algorithm, more why it's not a great algorithm, probably a little bit later, but some of the great things about this algorithm is that it's core heavy, uses no memory, so you can lock the memory all the way down, which saves you power, which saves you heat. And you can see the GPU is running very, very, very cool. And the fan is running very low because it just doesn't need to kick on, because all that's really doing work on these cards is the core. The mining software that I recommend you use for mining this algorithm is going to be Rigel, I still don't know how to pronounce this thing. Please, somebody help me out here. Is going to be the best one. I've tested this and I've tested Law Miner, and you can see the miner that I like, which I don't know how to pronounce, up on the screen here. It gives me the best performance over Law Miner for my specific graphic cards. Though Law Miner is another miner that you can use along with T-Rex and BZ Miner. Though when hanging around the Alephium community, it seems like lately this is the go-to miner. It also has a wonderful UI which gives you all the information you need right up front to monitor your GPUs, their overclocks, power, etc. So I really appreciate it. So in the rest of this video, I'm going to show you how to benchmark and get your GPUs running so you can get the most efficient results for you. And then later in the video, I'm going to show you how I am auto-converting the Alephium that I'm mining over to Bitcoin, which is what I'm interested in accumulating right now. Let's head over to Hive OS to check out the flight sheet so you can set up your GPUs to mine Alephium. So let's go over here, because the two things that you need to do is come in to the mining configuration and the extra configuration arguments. You need to set a lock memory clock all the way down to A10. A10 is where you want to be to lock the memory all the way down, because it just doesn't need it. Then the core clock, you're going to do an offset. In this case, I've done 340 because it applies to every single GPU that I have here. I can likely go higher on some GPUs, and you may be able to as well. And what that does is it reduces your power that the GPU is pulling. I know it's kind of funny, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but a core offset with the locked clock in the Hive OS overclocking is going to reduce the power that the GPUs are pulling, and it's not going to impact your hash rate at all. So those are the two arguments that you want to include in here to give you really, really efficient results. Once you've done that, you're just going to go over to your mining rig as usual and set your core locks, and then set your fans or your auto fans wherever you want them to be, and you're going to be up and mining this algorithm in the most efficient way. And if you're familiar with mining some of the other core dominant algorithms like Radiant, I believe Ironfish, a couple others out there, this is exactly the same approach that you would use to mine all of those. And why it's, and Caspa, I guess, was another one, and that's kind of the tale to tell here, is that these core dominant algorithms wind up moving quickly to FPGAs, which seems like FPGAs are probably on this algorithm already, and then they move over to ASICs pretty quickly after that, and then rest in peace GPU mining. And that's just kind of what happens, and that's been what's been happening when you have these algorithms that only rely on the core of the GPU. Because when an ASIC manufacturer looks at one of these algorithms, they can be like, well, I don't need memory, I don't need this, I don't need that, and they can make an incredibly efficient ASIC to mine these algorithms, which then, again, makes it so it's useless to us GPU miners. So for me, I've mined Alephium in the past, done some dual mining quite a while ago, but right now I'm going to take advantage of the spikes in the price and accumulate Bitcoin. And so I'm, for the first time, using unmineable. If you're not familiar with unmineable, it's been out for quite a while. It allows you to select a algorithm that they have that they support. In this case, you can see they have Blake 3. And then it allows me to pick the currency as I send that hash rate to unmineable that I want to get paid out in this case, Bitcoin. So for me, I'm sending all of the hash from this rig, Blake 3, over there, and then I'm choosing to get paid out in Bitcoin for doing this. And you can see the rig right here. This is it. This is my rig. That's my worker. The pool is currently picking up 16.65 gigahash. The rig is doing like 18.5, so I'm hoping that that is going to level out soon. And then you can see also the amount of Bitcoin that's getting deposited and increasing my balance over at the pool. And then I'll be able to get that paid out either automatically or when I hit that payout button. So the way this works, and if you want to set this up, is you can come over here, you're going to select the currency that you want to get paid out in, and then you're going to select your algorithm. I have Blake 3 selected. Once you do that, it's going to pretty much give you everything you need to put into the Hive OS flight sheet. The one thing that was tricky for me, and I'll walk you through right now in case you're interested in doing this, is first thing you got to do is come over to your farm, and you're going to create a new wallet. And the wallet you're going to create is for the currency that you're interested in getting paid out in. So for me, that is Bitcoin. And you're going to put the address in here that unmineable provides you, or the one that you want to get paid out in for Bitcoin, and create a wallet in there. And that's step one. And then from there, I'm going to go back over to my farm here. I'm going to go over to my flight sheets. And then when I created a new flight sheet, in this case, I have my unmineable one. I'm going to select that coin, the one I'm getting paid out in, not the one I'm necessarily sending hash rate for, the one I'm getting paid out in as the coin. I'm going to select the wallet that I just created, and then everything else I'm going to have to configure in the miner. And unmineable is going to give you all of this information. So I'm going to have the ticker for the coin, BTC right there, colon, my wallet address as my wallet template. My worker name can be whatever I want it to be. And then I'm going to have, in your case, I have my referral as hashtag RPM to support Red Panda Mining because I love him so much. But what you're going to do if you do this is you're going to use the referral of hashtag RedFox because you love me making this video and you're watching it this far. And what's going to help is that it's going to reduce the fee that you get, and it's going to give me something. I don't know yet. I really don't know what it's going to give me yet, but it's going to give me something. So what you're going to do is use that hashtag RedFox. Nobody else's, just mine. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over to the pool URL that it gives you over on unmineable, which in this case is the Blake 3 one, which you can see right here. Put the port in, hit save, and then you're up and mining, just like I am right now. It's mining to unmineable, and you can already have seen it's getting paid out over in Bitcoin. So the last thing I was curious to see is like, is this similar profitability, more profitable, less profitable than if I was just mining Alephium myself and then worrying about having to go to an exchange and sell it to Bitcoin and pay the fees and whatever. So what I can do is take my 8.5 gigahash, put it over in the 24 profitability here, 18.5 gigahash, and it's going to tell me that I'm going to be making this amount of Bitcoin per day, which I'm going to go to put over into the search here and ask that to convert it to US dollars. So right now that's $6.51 a day that this rig will make in revenue. So then I was curious, what if I go over to what to mine and just do Alephium itself? So I'm going to go over to coins, pick Alephium here. I'm going to put in that same 18.5. I'm just looking at revenue, so I'm not worried about power. And the average last 24 hours. And if I just mined Alephium itself, I'd be getting $7.64 a day. So I'm losing about $1 by choosing to get this to unmineable and convert it automatically to Bitcoin. And that is going to be a couple things. That's going to be the luck of the unmineable pool or whatever. I don't even really understand how it works on the back end and the averages that it's able to accumulate. It's also going to take into account, I'm sure, the percent fee that I'm paying to unmineable for their service of taking my hash rate and paying me out in another cryptocurrency. So for me, And the convenience factor, I think it's fine. So that's everything I got in this video. Hopefully it's helpful to you. Go mine some Alephium while the profitability is where it's at and before FPGAs and ASICs take over. Take care of yourself and each other. See you in the next video.